Greetings. This is General CJG here, coming to you with a kind of late reaction video since last week it was spring break, so pretty much me and the rest of the server were taking a break because, some have vacations, some just wanted to relax, so yeah, we took a break, and now we're back with making content. And yes, don't worry, Attack of the Clones, defending Attack of the Clones will come at a later date. But right now, we need to react to a new trailer that came out from, of course, the main Star Wars channel. But I'm not gonna do it alone. I need here to introduce my two co-hosts, starting with the one and only Captain. Begin.
Greetings! This is your favorite state of Star Wars captain, Captain Henson. Happy to be here today.
And of course, the warrior knight himself. Introduce yourself.
Well, the warrior knight, Mr. Luke Warren. Glad to be back.
Yes. Anyway, with that out of the way, now we will react to the Bad Batch trailer. So, ready, guys?
Yep.
Ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
A test is in order.
Oh, hey,
5
that's
enhanced
from
clones?
season 3, I believe. CW.
More
They
capable
tested
than an army. Yet they exhibit a concerning level of disobedience and disregard for orders.
Hey, these guys are capable.
What else you got? Give me more! Our squad's nothing but trouble.
They do scream trouble.
But we get the job done.
You're Clone Force 99.
You know who we are.
Hunter,
Let's go.
Echo,
Hyperdrive's online.
Tick,
Prepping to jump.
Reckon,
Well, I'm gonna ask this one.
and Crosshair.
Your move.
Whoa, that was a
We're
sick
all
catch.
you need.
I want Clone Force 99 found and wiped out.
The galaxy's a dangerous place to be.
Wait, is that from?
We need to get out of here. What do you say, kid? You want to come with us?
How can I help?
The Clone Wars have ended.
Oh, look, that's correct.
You can either adapt and survive, or die with the past. The decision is yours.
We
it
do
was
what
all
we
right.
do. Strap in, kid.
Well, that's the Bad Batch trailer. So, what do you guys think?
Okay, I guess I'll go. So, overall, really enjoyed it. I was already on board with the show because I am a fan of TCW. Of course, separating my love of the EU with my childhood love of the show. On its own, I really like TCW, so getting what's essentially more of it is really cool. Yeah, I love the art style, love the animation. And of course, getting a show that's based on a specialized group of clones is an idea I really like. Republic Commando really did well in that regard.
Oh, that's some.
Of course, this is yet another story that's set between episodes 3 and 4, which is annoying because that era is so oversaturated at this point. But you know what? I can get past that. Looks good. Glad to see some returning characters. Yeah.
Okay, that's Henson. Now Luke, who also likes TCW a lot in childhood.
obviously TCW was kind of the ongoing Star Wars media that I had sort of grow up with. So to be getting more of that, it's not really TCW season 8. It's more of an offshoot type thing with this. But it seems kind of interesting. When do you reckon is this after the Bad Batch arc from season 7, or do some episodes take place before then and other episodes afterwards? Like where exactly would this be overall?
The main story takes place after the arc in season 7, but we will see now flashbacks to before that arc. I don't think that's going to take up a lot of screen time. I think that'll be like, I don't know, somewhere in the first episode and maybe spread throughout, but for the most part it will be taking place not only after the arc, but after Order 66.
And something that is quite nice to see as well is that obviously at the end of the Bad Batch arc from TCW, Echo joined the group, so it will be nice to see more of Echo, since I know this is kind of a controversial element, but on its own, the extent to which TCW personalized the clone troopers was something that a lot more casual fans kind of gravitated towards. And obviously Echo, when he was supposedly killed off in TCW Season 3, was then left in the dark for several seasons. So it's nice to see more of him with this. And I wonder who the cadet is. The young cadet that they're going to bring along.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't remember Echo dying in season 3. Was that really a thing?
Yeah, it was during the Citadel arc where Anakin Obi-Wan.
But we had thought that he was dead.
Yeah, because there was that massive explosion, which we thought killed him off. Because after the explosion happened, all you saw was the charred remains of Echo's helmet. But obviously TCW Season 7 made it clear that he survived.
Yeah, he survived. He looks more pale than we remembered.
Yeah,
this is his carryover design from Season 7.
Which is kind of obviously incomplete from the damage he originally suffered at the Citadel. So that's why he's a bit paler in the face.
Yeah.
And also robotic. If you noticed, he also has his right arm missing. It's now mechanical.
Yeah, also a carryover from Season 7. This is his exact same design from Season 7.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So I guess this is kind of a sequel to TCW. So does that mean that this actually takes place after Season 7? Probably has to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It will. We might get some flashbacks, but the premise of the show is taking place after Episode 3.
Yeah, and it seems that the Bad Batch, because I can't remember if it's in this trailer or the one we got months before. But I think it is in this one, where Tarkin instructs for Clone Force 99 to be, in his words, hunted down and eliminated. So I'm guessing they didn't partake in Order 66 then?
Wouldn't surprise me, because, we do see Rex here in the trailer. So it wouldn't... okay, either they meet up with Rex, he tells them about the chips, and they remove them, or because they're specialized clones, they never got the chips. So that'll be something interesting to explore.
That'll be something. Okay, here's one question that I had. Seeing Clone Force 99, I'm wondering, do you guys think that Obviously this is probably going to be their own version of the Republic Commando wannabe type squadron, even though the Republic Commandos are canon in this Star Wars. But it seems like it's going to be like their own version of that. Do you guys think these clones are like they actually were modified to be independent from the other clones, where follow orders, or not really explained because TCW didn't really explain that all too well? Which one do you think it is?
With what we saw in the Bad Batch arc, they do have an independence to them. Whether or not that means they don't have the chip, I don't know, but they clearly don't operate like your normal clone.
Although, in terms of determining how specialized these clones are in terms of their thought processes, it's slightly more difficult to determine because TCW has, to one extent or another, depending on the character, portrayed the clones as free-thinking from the get-go. Like, if you remember Sergeant Slick in Season 1.
Yeah.
So even the rank and file troopers in this show have some form of independence.
Yeah, though obviously that's
of course, one could pass that off as they hadn't. Well, yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. They never did do a good job at explaining that.
So we don't. So outside of how they fight, we don't really see. We don't know yet exactly how far removed from the rank and file troopers the Bad Batch are.
Yeah.
Of course, they never did explain whether or not with Slick if it was just a glitch in the system. Could have easily said that.
You could say that.
Yeah.
Something I noticed about the Bad Batch, like all of them are supposed to be Jango Fett clones, but if you notice, some of them actually have their faces a bit different. I'm not talking about Echo, I'm talking about the others. Like, you notice...
they were genetically modified.
Okay. So.
Like, that's the whole point of them. Each one was genetically modified to to excel at a specific task.
Like Hunter, if I remember right, it's Hunter who's kind of the leader of the group. Wrecker is kind of the muscle. Tech, he's the intelligent one.
With the glasses.
And Crosshair, he's very skilled at marksmanship.
And of course, there's Echo, the cyborg. Echo.
He can hack into systems that the others wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, because of his prosthetic pincer type arm.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well,
something else to bring up is, with the returning characters, we got Tarkin. Always nice to see him. Got Saw Gerrera. So, get some pre-Rogue One / Rebels development there.
His Saw's hairstyle is slightly different here compared to how it was in Season 5 of TCW, and I think he's got a bit of facial hair going on here too.
And what's also nice is I'm pretty sure they got the original voice actor back, because in Rebels they had Forrest Whitaker voice him, and here they got the original actor.
Of course.
And also Fennec from Mandalorian's here, so be nice to explore some of her past younger years.
Yeah.
Once again, showing that when it comes to the new canon, you can pretty much... There's a sub-canon that's essentially just all the Filoni stuff, so throw this in there.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, in terms of actually having a cohesive continuity, it's good.
Yeah, it's just a shame
Seems like these actually connect to one another, not just filled with standalone stuff.
Yeah, but it's just kind of a shame, obviously, that the main series that this show is connected to screwed over the original continuity that the Star Wars universe had to eventually get to this point.
Well, I mean, looking at it as its own thing, it certainly TCW isn't great when it comes to connecting to the films. So the foundation of the new canon was screwed from the start. But putting that aside, looking at it on its own, I can enjoy it well enough. So having a sub continuity, I mean, it sucks that the whole canon isn't a cohesive continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that changes, but until then, the Filoni verse is the best we're gonna get.
Yeah. Well, the only way that's gonna change Henson, is if they do something about the sequel trilogy era, because that's the worst part of it. But that's.
I mean, trying their best to rectify that.
Yeah.
Can't do much, but they can at least do what they can.
I'm just going back through the trailer here as we speak, and I'm looking back at the beginning segments when we see the Bad Batch training in the Camino cloning facility. And there's a different type of droid that we see them fighting against. They're not just they're not training versions of the B1 battle droids and B2 supers. They're
Well, actually, it's not just one type. It's also the other one, the small flying.
That's what I'm looking at. The flying droids.
And then there's also the big armored. They look like big robot versions of stormtroopers. You notice those big ass.
You mean you might as well just say Dark Troopers or the Phase 3 Dark Troopers.
Oh, that's what they are?
No, I'm just saying that's what they
look like.
That's what they resemble.
Yeah, you could say that.
But that's what they remind me of, at least.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe you could be a bit right, Henson. I'm checking that right now, but...
Well, I mean, they aren't, because we don't get the Phase 3 Dark Troopers until Mando Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying that's what they resemble.
Oh, yeah. No, there doesn't seem to be any, at least according to Wikipedia, there's no link saying that they existed during the Clone Wars, so, yeah, you might be right with that. Okay. But yeah, they do kind of look Dark Trooper-ish. A bit. So yeah. But overall, with Bad Batch, it does seem like this is going to be an interesting one. Considering that it's going to be another, well, not super soldier, but definitely far more capable clone squad than, your regular clone troopers. So this is going to be very interesting. So, any final thoughts to say on this trailer, guys?
Just that. Still excited for the show and can't wait for it to come out.
Okay, Luke?
I was pleasantly surprised by this trailer. I thought it was going to be a pretty boring one, to be honest. But surprisingly, it's not. So, May 4th, that's when the first episode of this is going to be on Disney+. Let's hope this show doesn't screw up.
Well, it does have more potential than other things Star Wars has done, so I don't think it's gonna screw up, or do you think it's gonna screw up, Henson?
Well, okay, so with the exception of Resistance, the shows have been pretty good, in my opinion, so I think this show will be good. Because unlike TCW, which had to fuck up a continuity in order to work, this is being built on a foundation which won't require it to destroy continuity. So in that perspective, I trust them. And if they do screw it up, then, well, that sucks, but I don't think they will.
I know being slightly pessimistic with this. It's just because outside of the shows, for the most part, a lot of the content in the new canon is pretty mediocre. And I just don't want the Bad Batch show to be the latest addition in a long line of mediocre products.
Well, keep in mind, when it comes to the shows and movies, as as illogical as this is going to sound, they put most of their effort into the shows and movies. Laugh at the movie part all you want, but those two aspects are the stuff they actually care about. They're still, screwing with the books and comics. Hopefully, the High Republic is a sign of things to come, of that stuff actually mattering. But we'll see. So because they put most of their care into the shows at this point, I don't think you'll have anything to worry about. Resistance was a weird experiment.
Didn't pan out that well.
I was perfectly content with what we already had from TCW, so I'm not like desperate to see this. Like I'm not clutching at the bit for even more TCW stuff, but I'm interested to see where this goes.
Well, I still am to a point, because until we get until we actually finish TCW, I mean, like, actually giving us those unreleased arcs, I'm never going to be satisfied with TCW. We've gone a few things like, Dark Disciple and Son of Dathomir and the Crisis on Utapau animatics.
Yeah, I know, but obviously there are still some arcs that have yet to be released in any proper form yet, which is a shame.
I say just do this. You got comics and novels.
And video games.
Release those arcs in novel and book form like you've already done with 2 of them. It wouldn't be hard, and I'm positive that those would sell well. But no, it just makes too much sense to do that.
Shows all the way. Oh, just TV shows.
Yeah. Well, I mean, keep in mind, Filoni doesn't, as we've experienced and saw firsthand, Filoni doesn't care about
other media,
supplemental material, even when it's to a canon that's been built off the foundation of his own series. So
yeah, I mean, just look at the TCW tie-in comics from the show's original run.
And not just that, the continuity overall. Like, watch any behind-the-scenes featurette on the DVD or Blu-ray, and they treat the EU as just a source of inspiration, not a continuity that they have to adhere to.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Dave Filoni has actively dismissed the expanded universe before. Like, in interviews, he's outright said, "Oh, it wasn't really canon."
Yeah, indeed. But TCW and its canonicity in the old EU timeline, that's another topic. So
okay, so yeah, tangent aside, I'm excited for the show. So that's that. I have faith in them, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, final things to say, Luke?
Again, I wasn't actively pioneering for more TCW stuff after Season 7, but I am definitely happy that we're seeing more in a way, and I hope that this does well. I really do.
Okay, my final thoughts. Well, yeah, I hope this definitely is a good show. It better be one of the best, because we're having 10 shows arriving in the next few years. So hope this one is one of the good ones and not one of the average or meh ones. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's all for this trailer reaction, and we'll see you guys on the next State of Star Wars video. Bye bye.
See ya.
May the force be with you.